asked Alexei Grabovi and Anastasia Robb to join us as representatives of Razum for Ukraine. Razum is our partner organization for this effort.
I think the defining features of like Ukrainian identity over the past hundreds of years of just resisting and waiting for that day where it can be an independent, country and nation. And so for people to know that Ukraine, not just as a place where there are, hundreds of bombs falling every single day for now a month, but also a place of creativity, of talent, of, a Ukrainian culture. And that's both the two sides to what Razum for Ukraine does. We were an organization that was founded off of the back of the Revolution of Dignity, and Razum was born after that movement in 2014, and the mission has always been to unlock the potential of a country finally able to define itself on its own terms, right? A Ukraine that's a democracy, where people respect human rights, where there's dignity. And our goal from the get-go was to build a prosperous Ukraine. And that is what we're continuing to do, except that now, in order to build a prosperous Ukraine, we need to retain the brains and bodies of the citizens there.
Like for us as Ukrainians, like this means so much more than we can even put into words, because when you have watched just repeated attempts to kill your culture, to kill your language, Ukraine was banned as a language. You couldn't have Ukrainian text. You couldn't have Ukrainian artists. Religion was banned under the, you couldn't practice your religion. When you've just been pummeled over and over to just die as a culture, every last embroidered.
But these filters, as I said to the two of you, these need to go to people who are faced with drinking groundwater, snow melt, water in broken pipes, water from infrastructure that's been severely compromised, if not destroyed. And that's the power of this.
Like all their water infrastructure, all their electricity, all their cell towers. Everything got bombed, all their homes. And so that is the territorial defense units. If your main water line is bombed, what do you drink? How long can you go without water? And if you're already encircled, it's hard to get new aid in. So that's an example of who is benefiting from this.
And volunteers are delivering that aid west across mostly eastern Ukraine, Kyiv, and further east.
People are doing their best to make sure hope is part of the package.
You've got to keep that freedom alive for your generation and for those that'll follow you. So keep up the good work.